All right, welcome to PTE Esports, where we put the emphasis on esports. Today, my guest is Kyle A's, the creator of the Pokemon 4 Glory League. Can you say hi, Kyle?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? And yeah, my name is Kyle A. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, man.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and tell us about the Pokemon 4 Glory League?
Sure. So it was basically based off of the Global Battle Association, or the GBA, which is the original draft format battling league for Pokemon. Pokemon 4 Glory is different in a sense of it was made for the sole purpose of bringing people together, regardless of their background, whether it be the language they speak or race, sexuality, religion. It doesn't matter. Like, basically, I just wanted to get just start a new friend group, with maybe people that you wouldn't think that would be friends, regardless of channel size or anything like that. And it's turned out to be a success, and people are actually liking it a lot. So I'm very excited about it.
I'm excited to see where this goes as well. So how exactly did you go about creating it?
Well, this is we're currently in season 2, and I started season 1 last summer. And basically what I did was I had researched, so I was on YouTube for literally like a week straight, just searching draft format battlers, and I was looking at all sorts of people that do videos, and I was just looking at people that I think that I would have got along with, or that I would like to get to know. And I ended up DMing a lot of people, and some people said no, which is okay. I had about 500 subscribers, and I know that sometimes people look at the numbers and they let that be their deciding factor. So some people said no because of that, but the people that said yes have already made a big impact on my life. And we had quite a bit of overturn after season 1, but we were able to replace them with more people that we all get along with, and it's been great, man. And the battles are fun too. They're insane. So
I recently caught your second match. I'm sorry about that. Was a tough one for you, but it was still a good one.
You're talking about week 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played against Under the Radar Kelly, and he's the defending champion. He won season 1, so I was prepared for trouble, man. But I tried.
Speaking of champions and championships, how do you format the matches and championships?
How you asked, how do we format the matches and championships?
Yeah.
So basically, season 1 was a bit different. We had a different style of schedule, but we switched that up this season, which I think is better. Basically, what we do is we do have a bye week involved in our season, but we play against every coach once. So we threw out divisions. So no divisions, conferences, none of that. It's just we play everybody once, and then we take the teams that are going to have the best record, and thus we'll make a playoff bracket seated properly and everything. So that would be how the actual playoffs would go. And then, of course, championship is going to go there. But we're going to have 8 teams in the playoffs. So top 8 teams. So it's essentially half the league will make it.
Okay. So how do you go about determining the tiers and the allowable moves?
So basically what we did was we had based it off of the GBA tiers. They have a document that we were allowed to look at. I'm really good friends with Magnitude, or Steve, the founder of the GBA. So, I talked to him, and was able to look at his, and plus some of our guys are in the GBA too. So we were able to look at the document and basically copy and paste, and then there we made some edits. The P4G is not the most competitive league, so I was trying to use that as an advantage, and basically we kind of were running a pilot for some of the tiers, like Pokemon that belong in a certain tier, but maybe like they don't get drafted ever, or they don't perform as well. So we may have moved them down a tier, or things that we thought were busted, we may have moved them up. So we made a few transactions, and if they don't work out, then, it can just be scrapped. But if it works out, maybe other leagues would take that into consideration too.
Can you think of a few notable examples of some of the Pokemon that you moved around?
I know that we moved Infernape down to tier 2 from tier 1, just because I can't remember if it wasn't drafted in season 1, or if it was drafted but really didn't make an impact, and we just wanted to see it be better. So that was one. Another thing is like Alola Marowak, which is new to Gen 7. So a lot of the new Gen 7 Pokemon are still floating around tiers, because we're trying to figure out where to put them anyways. But we actually put it down low in tier 4, because it's very slow, and in order for it to be good, it basically has to run the same item, which is the Fit Club. So in order for it to succeed, it has to run that one thing, but you know what it's going to be. So you know what I mean? So that's one thing that we nerfed. We've also made bans like Pheromosa, one of the Ultra Beasts. We banned Tapu Lele. We banned Magirna, which has been allowed in other leagues. So there were a few bans that we made, as well as like some certain Z moves that we did too.
All right, so you touched on it earlier, but how do you select who participates, and do they also come up with their own team names, or how does that work?
Yeah, like I mentioned, for season one, I literally did my own research and I just hit up the people that I thought I'd be homies with. But season one ended and we had quite a few open spots, and I had used the P4G Twitter, which is literally just at Pokemon 4 Glory, the number 4. And I had just said, hey, if you're interested in season 2 at all, feel free to contact me, Kyle A, and then I would, then take a look at it there. So I had quite a few people that were interested already, and received so many like people trying to get involved. And then I did my research on them, and I asked around the league to see, what people thought. And it doesn't matter to me, subscriber count, view count. I don't care. It matters to me if you're going to get along with everybody's going to get along with you, or it's going to be a good environment, things like that. And just to make sure everything's in sync and runs smoothly, because the last thing I want is to have a league where people only talk about business and that's it. I like that in our server we clown around and we have conversations all the time, but then we also talk business. And as far as the teams go, basically we just say, hey man, just base it off a sports team, and then people do what they want. They change it. Maybe they have different teams or different team mascots for different leagues or whatever, but as long as they get their logo commissioned and they have a legitimate team name, then we're good to go.
So is it too late for me to claim the Baltimore Braviaries?
I have seen that team name used before.
Aww.
But hey man, they're not in my league.
You brought up an interesting point about you just clowning around with the people that you also are in league with. How you're both a player and a commissioner. How do you handle that?
Are you saying like managerial stuff as well as being a player?
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I really love about this league, and I established it from the jump, like from season 1 get-go, is it's like 100% democracy. No one has to worry about me being a tyrant or like enforcing rules or creating rules that people don't like. Literally every decision that's ever been made for the league has been put to a vote. We have all of us, and sometimes like I'll only even vote like if I have to, like if it's like a tiebreaker or something, just because I'll let it handle itself. And for the most part, we did have a bit of a mishap week 1 with a coach that is no longer with us. And for that, it was a no-brainer, that we had to make a change there. But everybody was on board with it. But, besides that, we've never had a problem really with, anybody like going at one another. So we were all pretty much on the same wavelength. So it was just, hey man, vote for, do you want X or do you want Y to happen? Do you want to do choice A or choice B? And then that's how we handle everything, man. And it's awesome. So, it's not always what I want, but you can't always please everybody, but I feel if you can consistently please the majority of the people, then, you're going to be good.
So what do you hope to accomplish with the league?
Well, basically what I want the league to do is I do want it to grow. However, I just want it to stay fun, man. I want it to be fun, and I do want it to succeed, but I like that there's diversity. That's a big thing. I don't want it to just be like, I like meeting new people. So there will be rotation in coaches, and that's fine. But I like that we're having different kinds of viewers, different kinds of coaches. That's one thing I want to do. And I do want it to grow, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's not about numbers. I had a coach in season 1 with over 60,000 subscribers who I removed from the league to add somebody with less than 100 subscribers. So it's like, I don't care about that. You know what I mean? It's all about the chemistry that we have. And I'm glad people like it, man. That's what I want to keep seeing. I want it to be more popular, but I'm not going to mix anything up, or go out of my way to take away from the love part of it to make it more like popular. You know what I mean?
No, I completely understand that.
But it's like at the end of the day, one of the cool things about the league is that the name in general, Pokemon 4 Glory. As far as I know, at least at the time of creation, it's the only league with a number in the acronym, even though it's spelled out FOR. But still. And then glory can be up to the person at hand. The definitions of glory, magnificence or great beauty, or it's high renown or honor won by notable achievements. So we're not playing for money, and we're not playing to do this or to do that. Like, you could win the championship and you get congrats, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you get. But it's like, glory could be maybe you want to grow your channel, and you have people that you can play with that are going to get you, different kinds of exposure. Maybe that's your glory. Maybe your glory is you do want to win the championship and add it to your staple. I know our season 1 champion, he's trying to win championships in, multiple leagues. Like, he wants to be like a well-known champion. You know what I mean? Maybe your glory is, maybe you're a new YouTuber. We have a few of them that just want to meet friends, maybe that's that. So I feel like it's like, your glory's up to your coach, you know what I mean? So it's like, everybody could have a different aspect. Like, I don't think, I would love to win the championship, but I don't start the season thinking I'm putting my blood, sweat, and tears into winning the championship. You know what I mean? Like, we have some really good battlers, so I just want to grow and have fun,
Oh, that's really admirable. How does this compare to the VGC format?
It's I guess it doesn't really. VGC's,
Because I know I'm sorry. I know most people who watch competitive Pokemon, in a sense, they either know the Smogon tiers, or they know the VGC format. So it's like, that's what they're used to seeing. So what are some of the things that stand out compared to the VGC format that your draft league does?
That are the same or that are different?
Either or.
Well, like, one thing that's awesome about VGC is you have professional commentators giving you the analysis, and it's unbiased commentary. That's one thing that's like, I really do like about that. However, I also think it's quite refreshing in a league like this, where your commentating is up to your coach. So you're going to know what I'm thinking, not what somebody else thinks that I'm thinking. And then, you get coach personality involved, where, you can be goofy, or maybe you're more serious, and you're more informative, or maybe, you like to meme. It's really up to whatever. That's one thing I like. And then the other thing is that with the draft format, in VGC, you can bring, whatever is allowed, and Smogon, you can bring whatever is allowed. But like in this, you draft your 11 Pokemon. That's it. You get some transactions in there, but like, you got your 11 guys. They have, if you had 11 Pokemon and I have 11 Pokemon, I just look at your team and I say, what gives me the best chance to beat you? So you're never going to run the same thing. You know what I mean? Unless, it's like a Z move or something. But like, it's really cool, because you get to see things that you would never expect to see, just because people are trying to think so outside of the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For like situations that are very likely to happen. So I think that's really cool, as opposed to like Smogon or like VGC, whenever it's like, you bring your team and then like, you don't like 100% know what they're going to bring, or like what they have to choose from,
All right, so this is kind of like the downer question, but it's something a little more serious that I feel like we should probably talk about. So, Nintendo, and to a lesser extent the Pokemon Company, they're not really big on fan-made projects. Like, it was recent. It was, I think 2012 was the first year they officially allowed Smash Brothers into EVO. Knowing this, do you have any concerns that Nintendo or the Pokemon Company may try to interfere in the league? And if so, what are contingency plans that you have?
Well, I mean, the thing is, with a league like this, there's no traveling. It's competition, but there's no money on the line. Like, it's all friendly. The only thing where I could see them getting upset is that some content creators, have monetization on their videos, like they make money on their videos. And, sometimes companies don't like that. As far as esports goes, unless, this format was like trademarked and adopted into like a real thing, I think it'll mostly just stick to, for fun. Although it would be awesome. I would love to see, Counter Logic Gaming pick me up to be a Pokemon player, you know what I mean? Right. But like, I mostly think that this league is going to be for fun. I would love to see some esports as far as VGC goes. I think that would be awesome and more healthy for the game. But another thing is that in a game like Pokemon, where RNG is so often, like, I feel like you can't take it too seriously or make it ultra competitive. You know what I mean? Because if you have 10 setups side by side and you click the same moves on all of them, you could get different outcomes because you have damage rolls, you have flinching, you have status conditions, you know,
Crit
stat
chance.
changes. You know what I mean? So it's like critical hits. Yeah, exactly. So I think, you know, if there was a way to turn that off, maybe, but at the end of the day, I think it'll mostly just stick, you know, to being fun and that. And if they step in and don't like that people are doing it on YouTube, I guess we'll have to find something else to do.
Second to last question. Can Scarf Flareon ever be a thing?
Choice Scarf Flareon?
Yes.
Yeah. I've definitely seen things that are weird, man. I would run Choice Scarf Flareon. I think it does 65 speed. Yeah, 65 speed, 130 attack. You know, you can choice Scarf. I know a lot of people run it banded just for the damage, but yeah, I feel like that. I feel like that could work. Definitely. I don't know like what moves I'd put on it, but I'd be open to running it, to trying it out.
All right. So where can people find you? If they just want to follow you, if they want to keep up with the league, where can they find you at?
Yeah, so if you want to follow me, my information is on Twitter. It's at Kyle A, KYLEAYE, and then _. And then my YouTube and my Twitch is just Kyle A, A as in AYE. As far as the P4G goes, which I do recommend that you check out, the Twitter is at Pokemon 4 Glory with the number 4. And we have a pinned tweet. So like as soon as you go to it, the very top tweet is a link to the fan doc, which you can click on and you can like literally see the stats of the season. You know, like you can see week 1, so-and-so played so-and-so, and this Pokemon got 2 kills, this Pokemon got no kills. You can keep up on everything. You see the tier list, all that stuff. So I recommend checking that out. And then the YouTube channel is Pokemon 4 Glory. If you type it in, that'll, you know, you'll be able to find that. You'll just have to filter it to searching for channels. But it's growing at a amazing rate, I feel like, since we just started it, you know, at the start of the season, and we just broke 700 subscribers on there, and we've gotten a lot of views on there. So I feel like that's healthy for the channel. But I recommend checking that out because we have an analyst team as well, and they upload like weekly picks where like they think, you know, they explain why they think so-and-so will beat so-and-so. We have the whole draft. We recorded it and uploaded it to there. So if you want to see the actual draft live, you can check that out. You know, we have all kinds of stuff. There'll be video updates for if teams make transactions. It's really cool, man. If you're interested in the league, I'd recommend checking out the YouTube and hooking up the Twitter to see the fan doc.
All right. So thank you so much for being a guest today. Good luck with your league. Good luck with your next match. Who do you play next?
Thanks, brother. Next I play King Bub, who's very good. So I'm in for a lot, but I've done some more team building. The first 2 weeks I team built, but now I'm seeing I got people in the comments that want to see me win and believe in me. So I took a lot more time with this. So I'm hoping week 3 could be better for me. But we'll see.
Good luck with that, and thank you for being a guest on the show.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. Thank you so much, and everybody, take care. Have a good one, man.
All right. That was Kyle A. If you want to check out the Pokemon 4 Glory League, oh god, I can't speak. If you want to check out the Pokemon 4 Glory League, we'll have links to that.